Everyone has goals. Goals to be rich, goals to be healthy, goals to be happy. But here's the truth: goals don't decide your future, your habits do. A goal is only a wish until it is backed by the daily disciplines that shape your life. Think of it this way: the future doesn't arrive in one grand moment of success. It shows up a little bit each day, in the choices you make, in the routines you keep, in the standards you set for yourself. If your habits are weak, even the strongest goals will collapse. But if your habits are strong, even average goals will carry you to success. You can dream about being fit, but unless you build the habit of moving your body daily, the dream will stay on paper. You can wish for wealth, but unless you form the habit of saving, investing, and controlling your spending, the dream will never move from imagination to reality. The difference between winners and dreamers is not the size of their goals, it's the consistency of their habits. Habits are small things, yet they decide everything. They decide your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your mindset. Your habits are like a farmer's seeds. What you plant daily is what you harvest eventually. If you plant laziness, you harvest regret. If you plant discipline, you harvest success. The seeds may look small, but give them time and they grow into forests. A man doesn't succeed because he wrote down his goals in January. He succeeds because he trained himself to live in alignment with those goals in February, March, April, and every other day that follows. The calendar doesn't change your life. Your consistent actions do. The lesson is simple: don't just chase goals, build habits that match them. Your goals are the direction, but your habits are the vehicle that gets you there. And if your habits contradict your goals, your future will follow your habits, not your dreams. So decide today what habits are shaping your future. Because every small action you repeat is a prophecy being fulfilled. And the good news is, you get to choose. When people talk about success, they often talk about setting goals. They talk about vision boards, dream lists, and resolutions. And yes, goals are important. They are like a compass pointing you in the right direction. A goal tells you where you want to go. Without goals, you wander aimlessly. But here's the truth that many overlook: goals only give you direction. Habits create the destination. Think about it. A traveler may set out for a city far away. He may point his compass toward that place, mark it on the map, and even declare it boldly to everyone around him. But if he doesn't take consistent steps each day, if he doesn't wake up and move forward, he will never arrive. The destination isn't decided by the compass. It's decided by the steps he takes daily. Your life works the same way. A goal to be wealthy is just a direction. But the destination of wealth is built on habits like budgeting, saving, investing, and seeking new opportunities. A goal to be healthy is a direction. But the destination of health is created by habits like exercising, eating wisely, and resting properly. A goal to build strong relationships is a direction. But the destination of meaningful connection is created by habits of listening, communicating, giving, and being present. Here's the problem: too many people fall in love with the direction, but not with the discipline. They love to declare their goals, but hate to shape their habits. They enjoy dreaming about the result, but resist the daily grind required to achieve it. That's why many goals remain unfulfilled. Because no matter how inspiring your direction may look, if your habits don't support it, you will not arrive. Let's imagine two people who both set the same goal. They both want to get fit. One person starts building habits. He wakes up earlier, he walks daily, he reduces sugar, he lifts weights, and he tracks his progress. The other person, however, only talks about his goal. He dreams about looking good on the beach, but his daily habits still include skipping workouts, eating late at night, and saying tomorrow far too often. Now, 6 months later, both had the same direction, but their destinations are completely different. One is fitter, healthier, and proud. The other is stuck where he started, frustrated and blaming circumstances. This is the great divide. Goals don't separate people. Habits do. Everyone can set a goal. Not everyone builds the habits that honor the goal. Now, habits are powerful because they don't just create results, they create identity. The more you repeat an action, the more it becomes part of who you are. When you exercise daily, you stop just having the goal of being fit. You become a fit person. When you save money regularly, you stop just wishing to be wealthy. You become a disciplined person. Habits change your self-image, and your self-image changes your life. And here's another truth: habits are stronger than inspiration. Motivation can spark you for a day, maybe even a week. But habits carry you when the excitement fades. You don't need to feel motivated to brush your teeth because it's already a habit. Imagine applying that same principle to success. Imagine not needing motivation to read daily, to plan your finances, to work on your health, or to study a new skill. That's when your life moves from chasing goals to living them. So, Don't measure your progress only by how big your goals are. Measure it by how consistent your habits are. A big goal with weak habits is like a big ship with no engine. It looks impressive but doesn't move. A small goal with strong habits will outpace it every time. Remember this, the future is not something you stumble into. It is something you create, one habit at a time. Your goals point you toward the horizon, but your habits decide whether you actually get there. The compass shows direction, but your daily steps decide destination. So, the real question is not just, what are your goals? The real question is, what habits are you building today? Because your habits are quietly building your future, for better or for worse. If your habits match your direction, success is only a matter of time. If they don't, failure is guaranteed, no matter how inspiring your goals may sound. And that is why goals give direction, but habits create destination. Everyone dreams. Everyone has visions of what life could be. Some dream of wealth, others of health, others of impact or freedom. But dreams by themselves have no power. They are like clouds floating in the sky, beautiful to look at, but too light to hold anything of substance. What gives a dream power is the discipline that supports it every day. Without discipline, a dream remains a fantasy. Think about the difference between a dreamer and a doer. A dreamer talks about what they'll achieve someday. They use words like soon, maybe, and one day. But a doer takes that same dream and breaks it down into steps they live out daily. While one person is busy fantasizing, the other is busy building. And in time, the dreamer keeps dreaming while the doer lives the dream. Discipline is the bridge between imagination and reality. Without it, your goals remain castles in the air. With it, your dreams take shape brick by brick until one day you're walking through what once lived only in your mind. Take, for example, the dream of becoming financially free. That's a wonderful dream. Many people want it. But freedom doesn't come by wishing. It comes by discipline. The discipline of living below your means, the discipline of saving consistently, the discipline of investing wisely, the discipline of resisting impulse purchases. Without these, financial freedom will never move beyond imagination. Or consider the dream of being healthy and strong. People buy gym memberships in January and fill their cupboards with vitamins. But health isn't built on what you buy, it's built on what you practice. The discipline of eating clean, the discipline of movement, the discipline of proper rest, the discipline of saying no to destructive habits. Health doesn't come from wishing. It comes from working daily on the small disciplines that protect the body. Discipline is rarely glamorous. It doesn't always feel exciting. It's often quiet, repetitive, and unseen. But it is precisely that consistency which transforms fantasy into reality. Dreams are like seeds, but discipline is the water, the sunlight, and the soil. Without it, even the best seeds remain dry and unfulfilled. Here's the truth. Discipline is the price of success, and everyone must pay it, either willingly in the present or painfully in the future. If you discipline yourself today to take care of your body, tomorrow you enjoy health. If you discipline yourself today to manage money, tomorrow you enjoy freedom. If you discipline yourself today to learn and grow, tomorrow you enjoy opportunity. But if you refuse discipline today, you inherit regret tomorrow. Regret is heavier than discipline. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Discipline is waking up early, keeping promises, staying consistent, choosing what you want most over what you want now. Regret is wishing you had. It's looking back at wasted time, wasted opportunities, wasted potential. One is temporary discomfort, the other is permanent pain. Which would you rather carry? Discipline also builds credibility with yourself. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you strengthen trust in your own word. If you say you'll exercise and you do, you build confidence. If you say you'll save and you do, you build strength. Every act of discipline whispers, I can trust myself. And that trust is the foundation of character. Without discipline, you break that trust. You lose faith in your own words. And when you stop believing in yourself, dreams become nothing more than entertainment for the mind. The most successful people are not the ones with the biggest dreams. They are the ones with the strongest disciplines. Because while others were sleeping, they were working. While others were distracted, they were focused. While others were fantasizing, they were practicing. Over time, their habits carried them to the very life others only talked about. The lesson is simple: dreaming is easy, discipline is hard. But only discipline brings results. Dreams without daily discipline are like wishes blown into the wind. They float around for a while, but they never land anywhere meaningful. If you want your dream to live, anchor it with discipline. Build the daily routines that match the future you want. So the next time you're tempted to dream without doing, remind yourself your future is not shaped by what you imagine, but by what you consistently practice. Dreams inspire you. Discipline transforms you. And when the two come together, the impossible becomes inevitable. And that is why dreams without daily disciplines remain fantasies. If you want to know what your future looks like, don't ask a fortune teller and don't wait for luck. Just take a close look at your daily routines. Because the truth is, your future is hidden inside what you do every single day. Success doesn't suddenly arrive, it is built slowly in the patterns you repeat when no one is watching. Every life is shaped not by extraordinary moments, but by ordinary habits. The way you spend your mornings, the choices you make about your health, the time you dedicate to learning, the attention you give to relationships. These are the invisible builders of your future. You may not see the results today, but give them time and they will reveal themselves. Think of routines as a farmer's work. A farmer doesn't harvest in a single day. He prepares the soil, plants seeds, waters them, and cares for the field day after day. At first, it looks like nothing is happening. But over time, the seeds break through and the harvest arrives. In the same way, your routines may not look like much right now, but they are planting the seeds of your tomorrow. If you wake up early, read, exercise, and invest in growth, your future will reflect discipline, knowledge, and strength. If you sleep late, scroll endlessly, neglect your health, and avoid challenges, your future will reflect laziness, weakness, and regret. The routines are different, and so are the results. The mistake many people make is underestimating small routines. They think, what difference does it make if I skip this one day? But one day turns into two, and two into a pattern, and a pattern into a lifestyle. Small neglects repeated daily can destroy a promising future, just as small disciplines repeated daily can create a remarkable one. The power is always in the repetition. Imagine someone who dreams of wealth. Their dream alone means nothing, but their routine of saving a portion of every paycheck, of reading about investments, of saying no to unnecessary expenses. That is what shapes their financial destiny. Or someone who dreams of health. The dream alone changes nothing. But the routine of exercising 5 times a week, drinking water, choosing nutritious food, and resting properly, that is what builds health over time. Your routines also shape your character. If your routine includes keeping promises, showing gratitude, and working hard, you become a person of integrity. If your routine includes complaining, blaming, and cutting corners, you become a person who destroys opportunities. The person you're becoming is simply the sum of what you practice daily. Another truth is this: routines are stronger than willpower. You may not always feel motivated, but if something is part of your routine, you'll do it anyway. That's why successful people don't rely on feelings. They rely on systems. They set up routines that protect their future even when motivation fades. Think of your life like a train on tracks. Your goals tell you which station you want to reach, but your routines are the tracks you lay down. If your daily habits lay tracks toward health, you'll arrive at health. If your habits lay tracks toward debt, laziness, or neglect, you'll arrive there instead. The train doesn't care what you hope for. It only follows the tracks you build. So ask yourself, what are your routines telling about your future? Do your mornings reflect productivity or procrastination? Do your evenings reflect growth or distraction? Do your habits reflect discipline or indulgence? You can't escape the truth. Your routines are quietly predicting your destiny. The good news is you don't need to overhaul your life in one dramatic leap. Small changes in routines create massive results over time. Add a book to your routine, and in a year you'll have a library of wisdom inside you. Add a walk to your day, and in a year your body will thank you. Add gratitude to your mornings, and in a year your outlook will be brighter. Tiny shifts compound into massive transformations. Remember, your routines are writing the story of your future every day. The question is, are they writing a story of success or regret? If you want a better future, don't wait for luck or timing. Reshape your routines. Build habits today that align with the person you want to become tomorrow. Because your future isn't hiding somewhere far away. It's already here, buried inside your everyday routines, waiting to be revealed. We often overestimate what can be done in a day and underestimate what can be done in a year. Success rarely comes from one dramatic leap. It comes from the small, consistent steps you take daily. Small habits, though they may seem insignificant at first, have a compounding effect that multiplies over time, leading to massive results. Think of money for a moment. If you put aside a small amount each day, it doesn't look like much in the beginning. A few coins in a jar, a small portion of income invested, a modest start in savings. It looks almost too small to matter, but give it time. Through the power of compounding, those small amounts grow into something substantial. What looked like a trickle becomes a river. What looked like drops become an ocean. Life works the same way. Your habits compound. A simple routine like reading 10 pages a day doesn't look impressive. But in a year, that's over 3,000 pages. That's dozens of books, each one expanding your mind, sharpening your perspective, and building your confidence. Reading 10 pages doesn't change your life tomorrow, but keep it up, and it will transform your destiny. Or take health. One healthy meal won't change your body. One workout won't make you strong. But eat wisely day after day, move your body consistently, and give it a year. You'll look back astonished at the transformation. Health isn't built in a weekend, it's built in the quiet repetition of small habits that add up over time. Even in relationships, small habits compound. A daily word of encouragement, a moment of listening, a gesture of kindness. These small acts may not seem significant on their own, but practiced consistently, they build trust, deepen love, and create bonds that last a lifetime. On the other hand, small neglects, like a sharp word, a broken promise, or a lack of attention, also compound. Over time, they erode the foundation of a relationship. That's the great truth about habits. They compound whether good or bad. The small things you repeat every day are never neutral. They are either building you up or breaking you down. Smoking one cigarette today won't destroy your health, but the habit of smoking daily will. Eating one slice of cake won't make you unhealthy, but the habit of daily indulgence will. Success and failure are both built the same way, one small step at a time. The challenge is that small habits don't feel urgent. Because you don't see the results immediately, it's easy to dismiss them. Reading a book instead of watching television doesn't look like it made a difference tonight. Choosing water instead of soda doesn't look like it made a difference this week. But give it time and the results begin to separate people. The one who ignored the small habit stays the same. The one who embraced it grows, succeeds, and rises higher. This is why consistency is more powerful than intensity. Anyone can be intense for a week. But the person who is consistent for years wins every time. The one who saves every month will outperform the one who saves only once in a while. The one who exercises moderately but consistently will surpass the one who trains intensely but sporadically. The secret is not in doing everything at once, but in doing the right things over and over. Small habits are like invisible architects of your future. They quietly design the life you're moving toward. They may not be noticed by others now, but they will be impossible to ignore later. Just as a seed doesn't look like a tree, your habits may not look like success today, but give them time and they grow into something undeniable. So ask yourself, what small habits are you practicing today? Because they are writing your future. Do you read or do you scroll? Do you save or do you spend? Do you exercise or do you neglect? Each choice compounds. Each habit adds up, and each one is either carrying you closer to success or pulling you toward regret. The truth is simple but powerful. Your life tomorrow is the result of the small things you're doing today. Don't ignore them. Don't despise them. Embrace them. Because small habits compound into massive results over time. Every person has wishes. People wish for wealth, wish for health, wish for better relationships, wish for a meaningful life. But wishes alone are powerless. They are like seeds left in a bag, full of potential, but useless until planted and nurtured. What transforms a wish into an achievement is not luck, not chance, but habits. Habits are the engine that turns imagination into reality. Let's start with an example. Someone may wish to be financially independent. They dream about owning a house, traveling the world, or having freedom from worry. That's a fine wish. But without the habit of discipline, saving regularly, budgeting carefully, investing wisely, the wish never leaves the dream stage. It stays in the mind but never arrives in reality. On the other hand, the person who makes financial discipline a habit doesn't need to wish anymore. They are steadily walking toward their goal. Or think about health. Millions of people wish to lose weight or become stronger. They may even buy equipment, gym memberships, or diet books. But a wish doesn't burn calories. What burns calories is the habit of exercising regularly, eating wisely, drinking water, and resting well. One person wishes while another develops the habits, and in time, only one of them reaps the achievement. The difference between a wish and an achievement is simple habits. Wishes live in the realm of intention, while habits live in the realm of action. And action is what shapes results. Here's another truth. Habits multiply the effect of effort. A single act of effort may bring temporary results, but habits create permanent change. A man who studies for one day may learn something, but a man who makes study a habit becomes wise. A woman who saves once may keep a little money, but a woman who makes saving a habit builds wealth. Habits are repeated effort multiplied by time, and that multiplication creates achievement. Now, one reason many people fail is because they confuse wishing with working. They think talking about their dreams is the same as moving toward them. They spend hours describing what they want, but very little time building the habits that produce it. And life is not fooled. Life doesn't reward wishes. It rewards discipline. Another reason habits are so powerful is because they remove the need for constant decision making. If you make something a habit, you don't have to argue with yourself every day. If you have the habit of exercising in the morning, you don't debate whether or not to go. If you have the habit of saving a portion of your income, you don't argue with yourself about every purchase. Habits automate success by removing the friction of indecision. But here's the caution: bad habits turn wishes into regrets. Just as good habits build, bad habits destroy. The habit of procrastination kills opportunity. The habit of overspending kills wealth. The habit of neglecting health destroys vitality. Every habit, whether good or bad, takes you somewhere. The question is, are your habits carrying you toward achievement or regret? The encouraging part is this: habits are built, not inherited. No one is born disciplined. No one is born consistent. These are learned behaviors shaped by repetition. You don't need to start with perfection. You only need to start with intention. Practice a small habit daily, and it becomes natural. What feels difficult at first becomes automatic over time. And when the right habits become automatic, success becomes inevitable. This is why some people appear lucky. To outsiders, it looks like they stumbled into success. But the truth is, they built habits long before anyone noticed. Their habits turned invisible effort into visible achievement. What looks like sudden success is really the compounded result of years of discipline. So, if you truly want your wishes to come true, don't wait for luck. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Build the habits that match your dreams. If you want to be healthy, practice the habits of health. If you want wealth, practice the habits of wealth. If you want happiness, practice the habits of gratitude, generosity, and kindness. Because in the end, your wishes don't decide your future. Your habits do. Wishes inspire you, but habits carry you. Wishes light the spark, but habits keep the fire burning. Wishes tell you what you want, but habits make sure you get it. That's the great secret: habits turn wishes into achievements.